Hey guys, review here. Actually, it's my first review um, of Joji's new album, "Piss in the Wind." Um, I wouldn't really call it an album. I honestly think it's more of a mixtape because if you guys have listened to it, it's like different genres in like one. So this album had four singles and I did enjoy every single. I think Pixelated Kisses was just a mind blowing. Like, I just, it was the last thing I would have expected Joji to make. I mean, that genre of music has been popular recently, so I guess it would make sense for him to want to attempt to do something like that. But it just was surprising just because he has never done anything like that, and also it just also sounded really well. I liked his vocals on the song. It was very like bittersweet, I guess. But I'm not gonna lie, I do enjoy the Yeet remix more. It adds more time. It makes the song a bit longer. Yeet's verse is surprisingly well. I honestly didn't know how he was gonna go on the beat, but the way he did was just very interesting. Um, but yeah, I think he did his part, and just enjoyed that version better. Then the second single was, I believe it was "If It Only Gets Better." That song was very short. When it came out, I was just like, "What the heck, Joji? Like, why did you give us such a short song?" And it also felt very like incomplete. It felt like it could have done more, and it ended off like with me feeling like, what the heck, like this actually was fire, and you're just gonna end it here, you know? So that kind of just pissed me off, honestly. But for what it is, it's good. It's an enjoyable. It feels like an interlude, I guess, but I don't know. The third single, um, I believe it was "Love You Less." "Love You Less" was. Oh wait, no, it wasn't. The third single was. Wait, how many singles? I think there was five singles. Okay, the third single was "Past Won't Leave My Bed." That song was. I think it's my second favorite single. I just think it reminds me a lot of like "Die for You" in the sense of how dreamy it is, and also "Glimpse of Us," I guess, because it's like a piano ballad. Um, but yeah, it just feels so like like spacey. I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. It's just like so like I'm basically just floating, you know? And I think the lyrics also are just very relatable. I think they speak to me a lot, and um, yeah, it's just like the instrumental is amazing. The lyrics were also very relatable. I think it's a solid track. I think that actually felt like a finished song rather than the previous single. If It Only Gets Better. So I was like, it did make up for the second single. The fourth single was "Love You Less," and that single was it was definitely also different than what normally you would get from Joji. It sounds like that one song by Dijo. Um a lot of people were saying that, and I do agree. Um I've even seen like transitions, and it just like it fits like perfectly between the two. But also that's another song with like lyrics that are just very relatable, and I know I saw a lot of people like saying like, "Yo, who did Joji date for like this song?" It's just like it's basically, yeah, about a breakup between, Joji wanting to love somebody, but that person wasn't avoidant. So yeah, I just feel like I can relate to being with an avoidant person. So that song definitely like spoke to me. And then the fifth single was like the fact that there was five singles, just like it honestly was just like, bro, just drop the album already. Like, what are we doing, you know? But Last of a Dying Breed was also another song that people were comparing to Gimme Love. And yeah, there's also like you'll see the some videos where it's like they do the transition and it sounds like perfect. And yeah, it really does give that vibe, but I think I do like Gimme Love better than Last of a Dying Breed. Um but it's a solid song. But it also feels like it was very short as well. I kind of wish it was longer. Um, but yeah, it's a song worth vibing to. So yeah, that's just my opinion on the singles. But now let's get into the album itself. The album itself starts with Pixelated Kisses, which to me was so surprising. I honestly didn't see that song as like an intro at all. But yeah, I guess that's just what he chose. And then the song after that is Cigarette. Cigarette for me, when I first heard it, it was like I thought it was kind of weird. I didn't like it, to be honest. I thought it was just like an okay track, but I listened to it two or three more times, and yeah, it's not my favorite track, but it's definitely like it's an okay track. Like I'm not crazy about it. Then he kind of put three of the singles in one spot, so I thought that was funny because he kind of did that with Nectar as well. He kind of just put all those singles like together. All right, Love Me Better was like it starts out as like a piano ballad, and then it just turns into this like this break dance beat. I don't know. um but yeah, it's like I said, it's a compilation, so it felt like Joji was exploring, and this song I thought it was interesting, you know, because it's definitely something different that Joji wouldn't normally do, and yeah, it was enjoyable. I actually did like this track, instrumentally at least, or like I just like how he did something different, and you're gonna see throughout this review that I do like the fact that Joji is doing something different. But yeah, I think that track, I don't have it saved, which I probably will as like I listen to it over time. But I do find it enjoyable. I think I like it better than Cigarette, that's for sure. But at the end of this video, I'll let you know which songs I saved and which ones I didn't. So let's hop on to the next track. All right, and then there's Piece of You with Giveon, I believe. Yeah, okay. That song, Joji, I think did amazing. I think the way I like the way he sung on that song. I felt like he definitely did put a bit more effort into his singing, because honestly, let's be real here, a lot of his songs do feel like he just does this, not lazy, but like it's just like this generic voice that he uses for most of his songs. And I feel like Piece of You, I feel like a good example of him putting passion into a song is Run. I think he definitely put his heart and soul in his vocals, and as well as Dancing in the Dark, you know, when he does the chorus where he's like yelling out dark. I think that's another perfect example of him like reaching the extent of his or like you know, yeah, him like actually genuinely putting passion in his vocals. um and I think also Giveon does a good job at his verse too. But I think he kind of sings in the same sort of style as Joji, but you could definitely tell who is who, because I feel like Ray Brown and Joji on that song on Nectar. I forgot what it's called, but I feel like they sound very similar. I feel like when I first heard that song, I was like, "Yo, where the hell's Ray Brown?" You know. But I feel like yeah, when I listen to it now, I know the difference. But yeah, but like I said, they definitely do. In Piece of You, they sing relatively in the same sort of style. But it's a good track. I don't have it saved actually, but probably will. Just got to give it a couple listens, warm up to it, cuz this album is still relatively new to me. It's been out for a day. Don't know when I'm gonna upload this, but hopefully by then, I would have already added these tracks. I probably will, most likely. That's just the way I am. But anyways, on to the next track. Hotel California. I think this song is gonna be a lot of the fans' favorites. I think it's very it definitely speaks to me instrumentally and also lyrically. And I think it's also gonna speak to a lot of fans as well. Um and if Joji does end up touring in my area in LA, that is something because I'm definitely gonna go to his tour. There's just no way I'm gonna miss it. But that's like one of the songs I feel like I would want to hear live, and I feel like a lot of other people would want to, and I could just see myself like just screaming that shit, you know. But it's also I think it's one of my favorite tracks on the album. It does feel it feels finished, but I feel like it could have been more. I just feel like it kind of does lyrically become repetitive at a point. I don't know. I just feel like he could have added more verses or like a second or like a beat switch maybe. No, not a beat switch, but like yeah, just something more um like he could have said more lyrically, but anyways, it's a good track. I love it. I added that track. So, yeah. Next song, Tarmac. Tarmac is a banger. It's like a low key banger. Like the bass hits, the 808s be hitting, and I think well Joji does his like I mentioned his kind of lazy uh vocals. It sounds good like I said, but it just, it's what he does for most of his tracks. But yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's a low key banger. I think it definitely feels like kind of lo-fi ish, just because of how like low key it is. Um, it's I added this song, that's for sure. But yeah, it's a low key banger. And then the next track, Forehead Touch the Ground. That song brought me back to like In Tongues and I guess you could say Chloe Burbank. It's very lo-fi, You kind of get that piano ballad and like those drums that like just bring you back to his original, like his old stuff. Um, and it sounds good. I like it, but like I said, he just it's definitely the vocals that just it I don't know, it doesn't kill it, but it just I just kind of wish he did more with his vocals. But it's a good track. I don't have it added actually, but it'll probably warm up to me. It's a vibe of his old music. So how could I hate on it? I just don't find it particularly interesting. But that's just me. And I know you guys might attack me in them comments, but just know it's my opinion, all right? If you like the song, listen to it, Don't even like trip on me. And then there's Past Won't Leave My Bed. That at least he separated that single. And then the song after that is Fade to Black, which I don't know. I definitely feel some type of way about that song because what was Joji doing? Like he didn't even have a verse. It was just a feature, and then Joji just kind of does his vocals like his but you know what I mean. Yeah, he just does his vocals like, and I mean vocals like, not, he wasn't saying anything. He was just, humming, or not humming, but he was doing this harmonic thing with his voice, if y'all know what I mean. But yeah, it's just like, what the hell? Like, you couldn't even, and it's just like the song is also just feels very short. It's and that's the thing with this album. It's just so many short songs, and the fact that there's 21 songs and the album is only 45 minutes, honestly, it just baffled me because I'm like, bro, you would think 21 songs would at least be like an hour. But yeah, it's 45 minutes. Then there's Can't See Shit in the Club. That song also felt very like his old music. It feels very lo-fi, very chill. That song to me also felt kind of boring. It just didn't do much for me. Um, it definitely, I believe it's one of his longer songs, almost 3 minutes. But that's the thing, bro. Like the fact that I'm saying it's one of his longer songs and it's barely almost 3 minutes, it's just crazy. Like a lot of these songs are just either a minute, 2 minutes, and 3 minutes, almost maybe four. I don't know, but you're just not gonna get that much in like in terms of length. And then there's the song that also I feel like a lot of people are already enjoying, which is Sojourn, which is just such a banger. It's like, honestly, it was a surprise for me. I'm like, yo, what the hell? This is like I said, it's a mixtape. I feel like Joji explored a lot on this album, and it shows with this song particularly. It's such a banger, bro. Like, and that's another thing. I listened to this song on headphones and speakers, and honestly, the way this like the production on this album is amazing. I definitely got to give it props to that. And I also think the mixing and mastering was also really good. I think it sounded well on my speaker and my headphones. Um, on my phone, obviously my speakers are buns, so it's not gonna sound crazy. But still, even then, it sounds good. It sounds good. So yeah, I think it's a solid album in terms of mixing, production. So yeah, I gotta give it props to that. But yeah, when I was listening to Sojourn on my speaker, bro, I just couldn't help but like, dude, I was fucking dancing my ass off. Like this song is just so good. I think it's also one of the highlights of this album. If you haven't listened to it, shit, just listen to it right now and you'll see what I mean. Next song is Don't You Know I Love You. That song apparently was like an unreleased song by Joji for a while now, which I didn't know. The only unreleased song that I know of is, which will never come out by the way, is Love Us Again. That song has, I've been listening to that song since 7th grade. I've graduated high school now, so that's definitely a song that like I've been knowing for a while now. But yeah, Don't You Know I Love You is such a good song. I actually do really enjoy that song. The lyrics are, and just the beat too. It's like a, also feels like a breakdance beat. It's very like it's a groovy beat. Like I love it. I just, I think it also feels different from what he normally does. I guess, I don't know. Some of you might or might not agree, but I do enjoy that track a lot. I definitely added that one for sure. Then there's Rose Colored with Yeet, and if you guys know me, I'm definitely a huge Yeet fan. Literally, he's been my number one on Wrapped on Spotify for the past 2 years, which is kind of, when I started listening to him, it's yeah. Um, this song, when I first listened to it, I like Joji's part. I think Joji did amazing. But when I first heard like Yeat's verse, I thought um it was a bit strange. I feel like Yeat, when I first listened to it, right? Because now I kind of do enjoy his verse now. But I feel like he kind of didn't know how to like enter the beat. I feel like it was just such a strange like weird way that he just went in the beat. But honestly, the way he did was it was good. I enjoyed it. It I feel like once like the drums started kicking in, he just kind of flowed on the beat more naturally. And his ad libs, dude, oh my god, it just it. I feel like it brought most Yeet fans back to like his old ad libs. It's just such a good. His verse was great. It was great. I think that duo, I think, should do more music together. I would love to see that. But man, yeah, I just really enjoy that song as well. Silhouette Man, to me, just like it just felt like an okay track. It was just like a generic trap beat, like a lo-fi trap beat, I guess you could say, with Joji's boring vocals. Not saying they're bad, but it's generic Joji. It's just not, you're not getting much from this track. Also a very short track as well. So it's just like it's an in my book. Sorry if y'all don't feel the same way. Then there's Fragments with Don Toliver, and I'm just gonna say this. This might be my favorite track on the album. I think it's instrumentally just it's my favorite instrumentally. I think like it kind of in the beginning it just kind of gives like this grim like kind of spooky vibe to me at least. I don't know about you guys, but then like once the beat kicks in, oh my god, just the instrumental is so amazing. And I think also lyrically I really relate to this song. um and it does remind me a lot of my past. And then Don Toliver also I think just did amazing on this song. And I just think this duo, I think I enjoy this duo more than I would enjoy Yeet and Joji. I think, and honestly, just like I would have never expected this duo to ever even exist, because Joji wasn't really collabing with big artists before. And just seeing this, it was like, it definitely brought joy. And also, I'm probably gonna review Don Toliver's album as well. Um, but yeah, this duo, I needed this duo. Honestly, I didn't know I needed it, but listening to Fragments, it definitely. I just, I yeah, I need more of that. I'm drowning in that. Next track, Horses to Water, and Strange Home. Those two tracks just, they were okay for me. I thought, it's just, I don't know. It just didn't speak to me. They felt very forgettable in my mind. And then Dior, the outro was. I'm also having a hard decision, um, debating whether if I like Fragments or Dior the most. Like which one is my favorite track on the album? It's between those two, but I think I'm leaning towards more Fragments, because Dior also feels it's very short, which honestly I kind of got upset about, because towards the end like it does a beat switch and it just doesn't go anywhere. And honestly I wish it did. Like Joji could have done something, anything for that matter, just to stretch it out more and just for it to feel like a genuine song. Like the first half before the beat switch, it's amazing. I think lyrically and instrumentally, it's just I love it. I think it could have been a solid track, but I think yeah, because of that reason, Fragments is probably my favorite track on the album. Dior, it could have been if it felt finished, but it just doesn't. It's a good track, but damn, I just wish it was a finished track. So overall, I think Joji's mixtape, that's what I'm gonna call it. I think that's what you guys should call it. I think for the time he has been gone, I think he could have done more. I don't think he spent all that time making this album. I'm not saying it feels rushed. It just feels unfinished. I feel like he could have taken more time. Like genuinely, if these were the tracks that he was making, I feel like he should have taken more time. Cause at the end of the day, for me, it just feels like I'm missing something. But for what it is, it shows Joji is definitely exploring on different genres, different melodies, different people as well. He's collaborating with new people, and I'm all for that. I'm glad that he's doing that. But as an album, um, I'm probably going to give it a 7. It's just I would want to give it an 8, maybe even a 9, but I just don't think it's there. It just doesn't feel finished. I think it's a great album, but with tracks that just feel unfinished. At the end of the day, what do you guys think? I want to hear your guys' opinion on the comments. Maybe even shoot, if you feel some type of way about my opinion, feel free to share it down. Maybe I could see that you guys had better points than what I have. But you also got to know that this is my genuine first review on YouTube. Um I'm actually really happy that I actually could give you guys this review. Um Let me know if you guys do want me to review something next, but for now, I think probably the next album I would want to review, which has been out for a while, or not a while, but like maybe like a week or two already. Octane by Don Toliver. I think that album also I would love to yeah, it's been out for like a week now. Almost 2, I think. I don't know. Anyways, yeah. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this review. Let me know if you guys want me to do more reviews. And yeah, let me know what you want me to review next. What did you guys think of the album? Comment it down. Leave a thumbs up if you guys did enjoy. Thumbs down if you didn't, honestly. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the album. Listen to it if you haven't already. And yeah, that's just my opinion. Peace.